gross margin tax was a bad piece of legislation. And John Sharp, a Democrat, and that commission foisted a complex, complicated tax on Texas business that particularly hit small business hard. Businesses between 1 and 10 million, which there are about 110,000 of those businesses, their average tax went up 48%. It really hurt small business. Big business paid as well. Really hurt small business. I wasn't here when that was passed. I would have been a no vote. So it's easier for me to take that lead. And in the Senate, we've been taking that lead, and in the Capitol. And we've had some good support from people like Bill Caligari and Ken Paxton and Larry Taylor and Alan Fletcher and others over on the House side. And we have been working since the summertime on trying to find a way to reform the tax, particularly to take the burden off small business. And let me just say that we're close to having a plan that we think will help small business, but we're also a long way away. My goal is to cut several hundred million out of the tax, which would benefit small business. I want to raise the ceiling, as the governor does, to $1 million. So that's your floor before you have to even file a report. And then I want to cut the rate for businesses from 1 to 10 million specifically. If you do that, you will impact roughly 60%, don't hold me to that number, roughly 60% of all businesses in Texas. What's interesting about the gross margin tax, out of the $4.2 billion you had about that was collected, you had and we don't know the exact numbers yet, they're still working through all the forms, about 200,000 businesses that paid, but 35,000 businesses paid $3.7 billion of the tax. So the biggest businesses generated 80% of the tax. So if you just wiped out 500 million of that $4 billion, $4.2 billion, if you just said we're going to reduce taxes by 500 million a year, which is $1 billion per biennium, so it's a big number, but we could out of that 200,000, we could give instant tax relief to about 160,000 businesses. So that's the model that I'm trying to work on, knowing that there is sensitivity here from a lot of people who were vocal supporters of it. But my goal is to take care of small business in Texas. Not only my constituents, my district, but all over Texas. Look, our economy is in tough shape. And it's going to get worse. There are a lot of people who are going to be losing a job who are going to start a new business. We need to make that easy for them. There are lots of small businesses, and I've run a lot of small businesses. I've had great success, and I've had great failures. Government needs to stay out of the way, and we surely don't need to tax the very engine that creates jobs. So this is more, to me, than just about the gross margins tax and a bad legislation and the tax. It's about our economy today. And so I'm working on it. We hope to finalize a plan soon. I've been meeting with Democrats, Republicans, House members, Senate members, the governor, lieutenant governor. I've met with everybody, and I keep pushing forward and asking for input, asking for help. I've gotten a lot of good help from a lot of people, so we're trying to get there.